Title: Macron's statement sparks debate. The Strength Report, the AES understood it well. Paris, July 14, 2025. French President Emmanuel Macron has stirred global and regional political circles with a bold and cryptic remark regarding West Africa's volatile security landscape. Speaking at a defense summit in Paris, Macron said, "The Strength Report, the AES understood it well," referring to the Alliance of Sahel States (AES), a regional bloc formed by Mali, Burkina Faso, and Niger in 2023 following their military-led government's mutual rejection of Western influence. The statement, though brief, carried heavy geopolitical weight. Macron's comment is being interpreted as a subtle acknowledgement, and perhaps a warning, that these African military juntas have correctly interpreted the new balance of power in the region, where France's traditional influence is shrinking, and Russia, China, and regional alliances are gaining ground. Background: France's declining role in the Sahel. France has historically played a dominant role in West Africa, both as a former colonial power and as a key security partner through operations like Barkhane and Serval, aimed at fighting jihadist groups across the Sahel. However, over the past 3 years, relations between France and several African nations have deteriorated rapidly. The military coups in Mali 2021, Burkina Faso 2022, and Niger 2023, were each followed by popular and political anti-French sentiment. French troops were expelled from all 3 countries, and military cooperation agreements were suspended. In their place, the juntas formed the AES, a tripartite alliance vowing mutual defense, shared strategy, and the expulsion of foreign influence they deemed neo-colonial. Macron's statement: a strategic acknowledgement. During a Q&A with journalists after his keynote at the European Security and Sovereignty Forum, Macron was asked about the future of French influence in Africa. He responded, "We have entered a new phase. The balance of power, the Strength Report, is no longer what it was." The AES understood it well. Perhaps better than some of us expected. But France will continue to stand for democratic values, human rights, and sustainable partnerships. The term, Strength Report, in French, Report de Force, is commonly used in diplomatic and military discussions to denote the balance of power or the realpolitik dynamics between competing entities. Macron's use of the phrase was seen by analysts as a sober admission that France has lost the upper hand in regions it once considered strategic strongholds. AES response: a quiet victory. In Ouagadougou, Bamako, and Niamey, capitals of the AES nations, Macron's remark was viewed as validation of the alliance's assertiveness. Analysts suggest the statement is an implicit concession that ES's bold expulsion of French forces and move towards sovereign control was more effective than many expected. A spokesperson for Burkina Faso's ruling military council said, "President Macron speaks truthfully. The era of imposed alliances is over. The people of the Sahel have decided to chart their own path, one that serves their interests, not those of foreign powers." Growing influence of Russia and China. The vacuum left by France has not remained empty. Russia's Wagner Group, now rebranded under a different name following its 2024 restructuring, has reportedly taken up advisory and operational roles in Mali and Burkina Faso. Chinese infrastructure projects and digital surveillance programs have also rapidly expanded. Macron's comment may reflect a deeper concern that the AES is not just asserting sovereignty, but also pivoting toward alternative global powers, a scenario that could permanently shift the region's alignment. According to Dr. Elise Fontaine, a defense analyst at the French Institute of International Relations (IFRI), the AES bloc has effectively created a new geopolitical reality. Macron's statement acknowledges that, whether this is a strategic repositioning or a reluctant admission of failure is yet to be seen. French domestic reaction. Within France, Macron's statement drew mixed reactions. Critics on the right argue that it signals a diplomatic defeat, while others on the left see it as a moment of realistic reflection. Marine Le Pen, leader of the National Rally, commented, "This is the result of years of failed policies and moral posturing. We've handed over Africa to Russia and China. Meanwhile, Green Party MP Clementine Autain welcomed the honesty. For once, we hear a French president admit that the world is changing, and that we must change with it, not cling to colonial nostalgia. European partners urge unity. Other European leaders, especially from Germany and Italy, have encouraged a unified EU approach to Africa, focused less on military presence and more on climate change resilience, education, and economic development. German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock emphasized, quote,